Yet another custom knife I've built for someone. So we're gonna get into the specifications, talk about it a little bit. Stay tuned. Our knife, we've got about a 4-inch blade and about 4.5, 4.25-inch handle. This is gonna be a great do-it-all blade. In fact, this is based after a knife that made for an Army Ranger. He has used his extensively. This is essentially the same design. You've got this 4-inch blade, which is big enough to do kind of medium to large size jobs, but it's small enough to where it can do skinning and things like that. It can be very handy. And when you've got a blade that's fairly broad like this, it cuts very well. So one thing you'll notice about this blade design is, again, the breadth of it, especially right here in the beginning. It's quite wide for its size. Now, of course, it narrows out towards the tip, and it does so for the ease of penetration and the use of the tip. This tip is rather low on the axis of the entire knife, which makes it very easy to utilize, to get in and carve with, and to use kind of like this in a very, very fine manner like that. So I always like to make the tip on the knife fairly low with a shallow belly. All this makes the tip very accessible and the knife very usable. A shallow belly like this one, you can use a lot like a utility knife, because you're not slipping past material. Even just a little tip through there, it's such a nice use. You know, compare that with something like this, where the tip is so high and it's not sharp. So, but it does not work the same way. It's not as usable. There's too much blade below where you're working. A low tip is a very useful tip. And again, of course, as this blade width narrows, we have a narrowing of the tang. So it continues to cut extremely well all the way up to the tip. If you use any factory knife, you'll find that towards the tip, it really loses its cutting ability. It's usually just ground very abruptly from thick to thin. And you know, about the last 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch, which is a really important part of the knife, does not cut well for many factory knives. Not all. Spyderco does a great job of their taper, but many factory knives, it doesn't work well. But for these, that taper, that ensures you really nice fine cutting all the way up to the tip. You've also got the convex blade here. That makes this blade very durable, very easy to resharpen, and as you can already see, it just slices really well. It goes through food and vegetables and cloth and rope and whatever you could ask it to go through. It goes through well because of that convex edge. The way I do it is a very shallow convex edge, which means it is easy to bite in and cut into things, and yet it's still quite durable. Let me give you a quick example here. So there's some pretty thick cutting material, hard to get through with most knives, and you'll see this just goes through it very easily, like a fine bushcraft knife, and yet one that's thick enough and powerful enough to do some real heavy-duty work. So you can baton on this, you can beat the back of this, whatever you want to do, because it's differentially heat treated. It's hardened in the edge, so it's going to hold its edge for a good long time. It's soft and flexible in the spine. If you slam it with a hammer and you're pounding through something hard, you're not going to get cracks through here. It's not going to break. If anything, this back would just maybe deform because, again, it's very soft. So the differential heat treatment, the zone tempering is all kind of the invisible molecular stuff you can't see, but it's there in a custom knife like this. So wide blade, narrowing to a nice acute point, low point, not too much belly, good taper on the back, 1095 differentially heat treated. There's your blade. Moving into the handle, now we've got the swell up here and the kind of dip in here. That just works really comfortable for your hand. Forward or reverse grip. See how the meat of my hand goes forward of my pinky in reverse grip, and it fits right well in there. This is the thing to be uncomfortable with guards sometimes. If you have a guard that's like this, oftentimes it can bite into your hand there. The way this one's designed, it works well with the meat of your hand this way, and it works well with your thumb this way. Also notice a ramp of jimping there, and of course chamfering here, so it's comfortable for your finger. So this is just a really nice, comfortable grip. And then getting into the handles, a lot goes into this. You can't really see a good grip, but you can feel a good grip. What you'll notice if you go to a gun show and they're selling these Damascus blades and they tell you they're handmade, and they're not, at least not in the US. And every single time you're just gonna have a blocky handle, sharp edges, and people say, oh, I like the way it feels my hand, until they take it and use it and realize they're getting blisters and it's uncomfortable. It's not about a big blocky handle that fills the hand. It's about something that is comfortable. It does not make hot spots, that won't roll back and forth, that'll stay secure. That's what this handle is. So we've got kind of oval here towards the top, not circular, that doesn't work either, not a block, but kind of oval there, and then a little bit narrower down here. It's good to have it a little bit thicker at the top, a little bit thinner towards the bottom, and no hot spots anywhere, no protrusions of anything. And then what this does is it just sits in the hand very comfortably. You can work with this hour after hour, whatever you're doing, bushcraft, what have you, it's gonna be able to do it, and you're gonna be very comfortable doing it, because I take these handles and I work with them and I feel, does anything need to be sanded down? If it does, I'll sand it and I'll sand it. I'll go back and forth and get everything just right. Not to mention this is a beautiful zebra wood with an Odie's oil, genuine Odie's oil finish on it. So that helps to stabilize it, make it fairly waterproof. So there's your handle there. And then of course we've got a full distal taper. So we're thinner in the back, and we're thicker in the middle, and we go thinner at the front. That gives this knife really comfortable, slightly handle heavy balance, which is good. That means this knife handles well, not too much weight up here. So very comfortable, great for food preparation, skinning, game, bushcraft, and of course tactical use. Like I said, this is based after an Army Ranger's knife that he's had with him for 5 years and done just about everything with. So there's your knife. We're going to go over the sheath now, this custom made sheath to go with it. This is a leather covered Kydex sheath. So this takes a little time, but when you get it right, it looks good, it feels good, and it functions great. So this would be a sideways or horizontal mounting. I'll show you how it mounts in a second here. And it has a classic Kydex style retention, so it's not coming out. You gotta really give it a tug to get it out. Not too much, but just enough. So it's not gonna slide out. It's not rattly in there. You know, this is swelled out so it can fit in easily. It's just a good, handsome look, but it's also got lots of utility and lots of mounting options. These are just held on with Chicago screws. Take those off. You can put a clip there, Alta clip. You could put a Spyderco clip there. You could try a Tech Lock on there. You could just run paracord through there. You could put this on a bag. It's very versatile when you've got these eyelets. So let me show you what this actually looks like on my person. So here it is connected to my belt. It's very secure. This is just a 5 and 11, inch and a half. Actually, this is maybe inch and 3/4 wide belt, but you can see it comes out, it's ready to go. Do your cutting, put it back in. This is my favorite way to carry something. I usually have a little more centered, but it's just right there. It's fast, it's easy. When you're in a seated position, it's also easy to get to, which is nice. It's faster. It's faster than a butterfly knife. Ooh, these are fun, aren't they? Yeah. Little spin. No, let me just put that back. I can't help but play with it. It's faster than a folder. You have the folder here. I get it. Do your cut. Put it back, and get this out. Cut and back. Just about pretty much faster there. So this can go. This is easy on, easy off. You want to take it off? There you do. There you do. Just easy. Putting it on. Fold those up and under. Click, click. You're ready to go, and it's secure. Right? It's very. You can see it's not shifting around. And this is an area of the body where not a lot of movement happens anyway, at least not under normal circumstances. Generally, day to day, you're not shaking around here very much. You keep this pretty still. It's the center of your body. I bend, I move my arms, I move my legs, but this stays pretty much the same. So it's a great place to have things mounted. Of course, this could also do scout carry if you wanted to. It takes a little bit more time to get it on there. It's difficult, so I'm not going to do it on camera, but you'd wrap around and snap, and you could do scout carry. Maybe I will do it on camera here. Yeah, it's not too bad. And 5, 4, 3, 2, snap. There it is. So you could do scout carry if you want to be very Jurassic Park, very cool, and that's not too bad to resheath as long as you get the tip in there first, and then you can ram it home. So there is your mounting options for your sheath. And again, you put paracord through there, run your belt through there. You can just do it traditional, make a little something, drop leg it, whatever you want to do. Very functional, versatile sheath. And that comes with the knife. This combo together, $350. You get the custom knife and the custom sheath to come with it. And boy, oh boy, do you get a deal. So thanks for tuning in to The Forge. Thanks for watching. If you want to do me a favor, share this video with someone you like. Some types of people like me, perhaps like you, love this type of video. If you know someone, oh, he'd love that. Share it with them. And you want to put in an order, email me at marsfireforge@gmail.com or head to my website, marsfireforge.com. Check out my Instagram at marsfireforge. I got a bunch more pictures there of tons of knives I've done. I'm constantly in contact with people. Hey, I want a knife like you did here, but I want to have this added to the sheath. I'd like it this length. Can you put some serrations here? I can do all that. It's all custom made. It's all made right there. And this is the workshop right there. So that's where I bang these knives out. And the heat treat's very good. You can go back and see some of my other videos proving all that. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate your time. Please give me a like if you'd like to like me, and a subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. See you next time.